Hey guys, Grant Davis with GDI Insurance Agency. Thanks so much for checking in. Hey, we're going to talk about auto insurance. Specifically, I got to go into California because GDI does business all over the place, but each state is a little different. So I'll just talk about California right now, but it applies to, some of this will apply to you no matter what state you're in, so please just give us a call and we'll help. Here's the deal. Everyone wants to save money on auto insurance. Let's buy cheap auto insurance. I don't buy a cheap shirt, by the way. I don't buy cheap shoes. I just buy normal priced. I want efficient pricing. So I'm going to change that dialogue from cheap or saving money, cost cutting or whatever the heck. Hey, efficient pricing. How do you get efficient pricing? You got to do business with a company or an agency like us that does business with a bunch of companies, okay? So we don't do business with one or two companies. We do business with dozens of them. We put your information in one time and it spits out quotes for every insurance company we do business with. So you've heard the ad, hey, give us a call. We'll give you our quote and the quote of 6 other companies. Well, number one, we represent that company, GDI does, so you'll get their quote and you'll get the quote of 20 or so other companies, and guess what? We'll just save you a lot of time. You don't even have to go through them, because what we're going to do is we're going to come down and say, number one, did we get you the right coverage, the proper coverage for you, your family? No, number two, we'll just start at the bottom. What's the cheapest one? And I'm going to use the word cheap, but what's the least expensive one for the coverage we asked for? Now that's how you get efficient pricing, is we make sure that we check all these companies. And guess what? Next year when your policy renews, it's so simple. Automation is crazy and we have it all. Our customer service agents, they actually just hit a button on your deal. It takes everything out of the computer system, runs it right back through the same thing, and 2 to 5 minutes later, depending on how complicated your thing is, it requotes it. And you can say, hey, you can stay with the same company, or hey, we'll save you $50, $100, or whatever the savings is, and you'll say, yeah, move me, and guess what? We hit a button and we move you. So have you ever called call centers? I call them all the time. I was just on the phone with a call center just a little bit ago, and it was click here, hit here, okay here. It was the VA, and blah, blah, blah. And it just keeps on going, and then pretty soon, if you want to talk to somebody, hit here. You wait 15 minutes and you talk to someone that has no idea what you're talking about. They look on the screen. Oh, you just talked to someone's uncle's brother, sister's, somebody's something who didn't document it. Or how about this? Why not just call GDI Insurance Agency? Here we are right here. Why not just give us a call? And if you call, guess what happens? The first time you call, you talk to someone you don't know. But you call back, guess what? You talk to the same customer service agent. And you call back a year from now, guess what happens? The same customer service agent, guess what happens? They get to know you, they get to know your family, they get to know your situation. You don't have to answer a dozen questions and go through all this teleprompting garbage. You can talk to the same person. And by the way, we're in the United States. Makes it nice, right? We're in the Central Valley of California, right out of Sacramento. And yeah, Sacramento's this way, San Francisco's that way. We're right there. So we're real easy to get to. That's our main office. We have other offices throughout the state, but this is the one we're talking about. Just give us a call and we'll take care of it. Let's talk a little bit about coverage first off, okay? So in California, the state minimum is 15, 30, and 10. Okay, big bunch of numbers real fast. It's 15,000. You run into somebody, hurt one person, the most that insurance is going to pay is $15,000. You hit a group of people, for everybody that you hurt, that insurance is going to pay $30,000. Guess what? The car, that 10, well, if a Toyota Prius is 20 to 30 grand, right? They're going to pay 10,000 of it, and you're left to pay the rest. Here's when we talk about efficient pricing. Do you know what it would cost you to go from 15, 30, and 10 to something like 250,000 per person, 500,000 for the accident, and 100,000 for property damage you do? About 15%. So to put it in perspective, if you're paying $150 for cheap insurance, for right under $200 for the same equivalent, right? You can get the right coverage. So we're going to focus on the right coverage, and we'll say, here's what you have on one side of the paper, and here's what we're recommending on the other side. Bam, 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 bam. And if you look at our website, here's the beauty of doing business with someone like us, independent brokers. Here's the beauty of it, is that Many times we're raising your coverage, we're lowering your deductibles, we're fixing all this garbage, and it's less expensive than you were paying. It's less expensive than being in good hands. It's less expensive than all these other things. And I don't mean to pick on them. They're a great company, but I'm just saying, you call a company and you get a quote, or you call an independent broker that's been around for, I've been doing this 40 years, been around for a while, and guess what? You just get all the quotes. And guess what happens at renewal? This is special. At renewal time, guess what happens? Your customer service agent, the one that you're getting to know and talking to every time you call us, you talk to the same person, and guess what happens? They hit a button, no kidding, a button in the client system that we have. It pulls all of your information out and drops it into the rating system again at your renewal and gives you updated quotes. Now it's your choice. And guess what? This is slick, because I can't stand any of this myself when I call other businesses. So here's what we've done. And guess what? We tell you, oh, you could save $100, you could save $300 a year if we moved you from A company to B company. And B company's ratings and this and that, we tell you all of that. And you say, hey, that sounds great. What do I need to do to move it? Just tell us. And we hit a button and we move it for you. We do have to send you a form in the email. It's called DocuSign we use. You click, 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 cancel the one policy, and click, 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 sign the new policy. But we take care of it all for you. This is the way to make things efficient. This is the way to get the right coverage, number one. We're going to give you the right coverage. Just going to do it. Number two, we're going to do our best to give you the most efficient pricing. Just call GDI Insurance for your auto insurance. By the way, everyone talks about, package or home. I can make the same video, and I will, on home insurance, but you want to put it all together and you want to get what's called a personal umbrella. Just keep following these videos that we're posting on our blogs, and I'll explain that all to you, and then you'll get it, and you'll want to do it. Thank you so much for checking in.